You want a treat? Wag your tail if you want a treat. You want to sneeze for a treat? Everybody, thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi. I hope you had a good few weeks. I've missed you. I've been gone for 2 weeks. You know, I had a really bad cold and it went into strep throat, and boy, that was bad. But I am on the mend, and I'm so happy to be here right now. And I want to thank you for your beautiful messages to me. They meant so much. I mean, how can you miss me if I never go away? Well, it did sound like you missed me a little, and you definitely missed Desi. So it made me, well, it touched my heart. Thank you so much. And I truly did miss you. Well, my voice isn't that great today, so I thought what I would do is, you asked me about winter outfits and coats and blazers, and so I thought, well, I'll throw on some of my very favorite outfits, and I will share with you some of the coats and blazers, some shoes, some scarves that I love for winter. They're all under $50. And I've been meaning to share these with you anyway, but I thought, well, this week might be the perfect week where I could just put my outfits on and prance around and not say a word. Almost. So I think it'll be a little bit fun. And I wanted to share with you too, sort of this renewed love of rosehip seed oil and why you should have it, why you have to have it. I did a video like 10 years ago about why you should use rosehip seed oil, and 10 years later, I'm so happy that I hear from somebody at least once a week saying, using rosehip seed oil first thing in the morning has changed everything. My wrinkles, my firmness, everything. And so many people have said to me, why rosehip seed oil? You know, why not argan oil? Why not, castor oil? Rosehip seed oil is used in hospitals. They use it to fade scarring. And doctors also use it to treat hyperpigmentation. It's chocked with vitamin C and vitamin A. Those are antioxidants, and those promote collagen in our cheeks. So it looks like we've had a little bit of filler, right? Only filler that hasn't gone wrong. That's what would happen to me, I'm sure. Why don't I have age spots on my décolleté or on my hands and on my forearms? And I do really believe that using rosehip seed oil for my fingernails, for my hands, for every part of my body, I honestly believe that has helped me just kind of, it isn't that I don't think aging is going to come for me, and it's an honor to age. But if I can slow down the process a little bit, I'm all for that. So I just wanted to mention, I did switch brands. This is not a sponsored video. These people don't know who I am. This is Oregon. This brand is Oregon Tilth. You know what that means? I have no idea. It's the strangest name I ever heard. But I love Oregon. I went there with my husband, and okay, that's another video. The first thing in the morning, I put it on my skin, and then I go have my coffee and I walk Desi, and at night I do my skincare, and the very first thing I do after I cleanse my face is I tap in my rosehip seed oil. And then I use other products after that. But it's the rosehip seed oil that's so special. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that, because a couple months ago when I tipped that bottle over and then I didn't go order more rosehip seed oil and I just let it go, I just couldn't believe how dull I looked and how dry my skin was becoming. And it didn't seem, it's like my face just didn't seem very firm to me, and it just sort of freaked me out. So I just wanted to just reaffirm why I love rosehip seed oil and why it's not just a whim of something like, ooh, it's a pretty bottle, I like it, you know. Yeah, it's wonderful.
끝없이 생각에 빠져 허우적거릴 뿐이야. Why don't you make me smile? Why don't you tell me your heart is...
Right now, I want to show you what some of my winter outfits look like on. I want to show you my camel coat. I just love it. And I got it on Amazon for under $50. I bought it last year. And this year, it's even less money than it was last year, but it stands the test of time. Camel coats are timeless. It doesn't matter if you have, silk, beautiful white pants on and a silk shirt underneath a camel coat, or you just have jeans and a t-shirt. It just looks so chic and so fabulous no matter what. So I wanted to show you this camel coat and see what you think. And maybe it's something that you would want for your winter wardrobe. I show you some scarves here that I love. They're under $10, but they're just so lovely. I got a leopard one. And I also want to show you a blazer that I bought. I just love this blazer. It has all kinds of beautiful browns and blacks. It's very English. You either have a taste for the tweed blazer or you don't. I just think they're beautiful. Diane Keaton used to wear them all the time right around the Annie Hall era. And the era, it was 1977. I want to talk about Annie Hall. But anyway, I don't want to get off on a tangent here. But I want to show you this tweed blazer, that it's something really special. It is lined. The buttons are just beautiful. The padding in the shoulders is not vintage. It's not crazy like Joan Crawford, great big shoulders. It's very nice. It's very trendy. It's like tweed English blazer meets 2025. And that's another thing. This blazer is another example of how you can wear very expensive clothes underneath it and it looks great, but you can also wear jeans and a t-shirt. Looks fabulous. In fact, I think it even looks more fabulous. The more casual, the more casual you dress. You throw on a blazer, especially a tweed one, yeah, looks fabulous. I have some really cool shoes that I want to show you that look like the interior of the brand new Cadillacs. Okay, I'm not going to be able to afford a new Cadillac, but at least my shoes can look like the interior. I'm only 5'1", so it's very difficult for me to find pants that fit me and that don't overpower me. And I want to show you 3 pairs of pants that I have picked up. And I love them all. And I'm only 5'1". So when I, bought the white wide leg pants, I thought, this is not going to work. But I ordered them in short. They came and they're perfect. They're just perfect on me. So there's something about the holidays, and of course a wonderful summer event too, where you're wearing wide-legged pants and they're white and it's just gorgeous with just the right belt. So I want to show you those pants. They're just fabulous. If you're short, you'll love it. You don't have to get them in white. You can get them in black. But yeah, I have them in every color. This is the sweetest little neighborhood, and it makes me so happy that I get to share it with you. I felt so sad this week when Diane Keaton passed. I just loved her. I remember in 1977, I first saw her in a movie called Annie Hall. I had been with my boyfriend for 3 years, Mark. Mark and I had a good relationship. He was a musician and I was a musician, and we just clicked. But something was wrong, and we knew that our relationship was dying, and we went to Annie Hall together, and our relationship mirrored Annie and Alvy's relationship in that film. And I had no idea who I was. I was only 22 years old. I had no idea who I was, and I was so insecure and not very articulate, certainly. And here on screen, it was Diane Keaton playing Annie Hall. And she would just go, yeah, and laugh, and well, maybe, and not complete her sentences, and say la-di-da, and she wore crazy outfits and ties and hats, and she just made me feel so much better about myself. That, yeah, maybe I didn't have to always speak in complete sentences. Maybe I didn't have to be perfect. Maybe I could just be myself and everything would be okay. I pulled out my journal from 1977, the year that I saw Annie Hall, and I thought it'd be, really deep, a woman trying to search for herself. And it was all petty stuff, like, well, I gained a pound, and, boy, I hope I get a raise at work, and just things that were hardly deep. But I really was trying to figure out who I was. A lifelong journey. And life is so ridiculous and so absurd. And I realize when I'm reading through this journal just how mundane it all is and how wonderful it all is. Everything that we feel in life. And I would read self-help books, and, well, maybe I'll find out who I really am if I read this book, or if I take long walks in the woods, or, on YouTube, there's all these, gurus that are life coaches, and, they tell you, well, don't do this and don't do that and feel this way and whatever. But maybe in the end, we learn about ourselves through others, by watching others, by realizing that's what I want to be. That's who I am. Or maybe that's who I am and I don't want to be that. Maybe that's one of the secrets of having a really healthy life and a happy life. The one thing about me being sick this week is I felt scared because I wasn't in control. And I've always thought that was the core of every fear I had, was that I wouldn't be in control. And yet in life, we're never in control. We just have to go with it. It's essential, it's fragile, and it's strong, it's everything. And it's just crazy. I really love Diane Keaton. And it was such a blow that she was gone, because she's one of those people where you figure if she can die, well, then I can die. And no matter how painful life has been, the search for myself, the search for who I really am, and what I mean to this world and what I leave behind, that will go on until the day I die, and I realize that now. There's a line at the end of Annie Hall that I've always loved, and I've quoted it often, but the guy goes into a psychiatrist's office and he goes, "Doc, you got to help me. I don't know what to do about my brother. He thinks he's a chicken." And the doctor goes, "Well, what do you mean you don't know what to do? Just have him committed." And he says, "Doc, I would do that. but I need the eggs. And maybe that says it all. Why do we go on? Why do we go on living? Why do we do anything? Why do we try to be the best we can be? Because in the end, we need the eggs.
When I'm standing in the darkness, feeling lost and all alone, your love is like a flickering flame, guiding me back home. In the stillness of the night, your voice whispers in my ear. You're the fire that keeps me warm when my soul is filled with fear. In this world of endless chaos, you're the constant that I find. With you, I am forever safe in your arms.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. It was so wonderful to be back with you. And if you get a chance down below, let me know how you are. And well, let me know if you saw something you liked in the video. Please have yourself a happy, safe, brand new week. And when you're done with your week, come back and see me and Desi, okay? All right, it's a deal. We'll be here.
You know, it's funny, but I remember even as a small child, my wish was that I would have a home that would be peaceful and safe. That's all I ever wanted, but I never got it. Until now. Ah, this looks good. I love Etsy. All right. Hey there, Desi. Hey there, Desi. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Where are you? Desi, where are you? Desi, where'd you go? Where are you, Des? Hi! How are you? Are you pouting? Did you think I left without you? 'Cause I looked up to see your